Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 2 of the Ottawa Senators franchise mode in NHL 21. Now, in the past episode, we did not make the playoffs. We're actually one of the worst teams in the league, but it paid off. We got second overall pick in the 2021 Nhl Landscape Draft. We got some big growth from our young stars, and the team is looking like it's going to have a bright future. As you guys can see here, Tim Stützle grew to an 85 overall, Brady Tkachuk to an 85. We have Colin White is an 85 as well on the first line. So with the +3 chemistry, basically playing like 88, 88, and 91, which is amazing. Second line, we signed Jaden Schwartz in the offseason, along with Josh Norris and Drake Batterson. They have a +1, so play like an 83, an 84, and an 85. The third line, Corey Grant. So we drafted Corey Grant, second overall in the draft. Here's a look at his stats. 81 overall at 18 years old, medium elite, and he is a sniper. So he's going to be one of our best players for the future. Then we have Logan Brown and Connor Brown on the third line along with him. So they have a +1. So playing like an 84, 81, and Grant playing like an 82 overall already at 18. Formenton, Shapik, and Pearson on the fourth line. As for defense, we have Thomas Chabot, who grew to a 92 overall, medium elite at 24 years old. Amazing. Eric Brandstrom there, 83 overall. He grew a lot from the AHL last year. They have a +1, played like an 84 and a 93. We had Ty Smith and Adam Larson. They have a +1. Picked up Larson in free agency as well, 84 and 82 with the chemistry, and then Artem Zub and Nikita Zaitsev. And in goal, we have Matt Murray, who grew 1 overall to an 84, and Philip Gustafson grew as well. He's now in the 80, backing him up. Special teams are looking great. We have Brown, Stützle, Tkachuk, Chabot, Brandstrom with a +3. White, Grant, Norris, Smith, and Schwartz with a +1. Here's a look as well as four-man. Four-man is a +1 in the first unit. Penalty kill actually has a +3 and a +1, and three-man just 0. So that is awesome to see there. We do have some great players down the minors, so a lot of guys with good potential like these wingers here. And then we have Mark Castelli, 22 years old, 71 overall, medium top 6. Hopefully he can grow. Igor Sokolov, 70 overall, medium top 9 at 21. 6'4", 240. I actually met this guy in real life. He played for Cape Breton in the QMJHL, and he's huge, as you guys can see. Defense, Silman, Gregoire, Brown, Wolin, Aspiro, and Goodbranson. So in goal, we have Hugo Alnefeld. So we had traded, get a Ty Smith. Part of that trade was Dmitry Kulikov. We flipped Kulikov to get Alnefeld. We got some good trades in the past episode. Matt Sogar's backing him up. 72 overall at 20 and 73 overall at 20. So some good prospects in goal. Looking forward to this year. Hopefully the team can play well. And special teams has a +3 in the AHL. I want to show you guys this. The penalty kill actually has a +5. So they shouldn't be giving up too many power play goals down in Belleville. We do actually have 24 million of cap space, so that's going to be huge for next year in free agency, and also re-signing some guys such as Brandstrom is going to need a new contract for the following year. Norris, Stützle in a couple of years as well. And coaching staff is very solid, so I'm going to show you guys that as well. 74 team chemistry. Here's our head coach, Ty McKinley. We picked him up last year to coach our team. And he has a 67% team fit. He loves the young guys, which is great as well. So hopefully it works out with him. We're going to go into year number 2. We are all set to go. And one more thing before we start off the sim, captains and jerseys. So we have Tim Stützle and Brady Tkachuk as our assistant captains, and Thomas Chabot. I have him as a captain right now. He's one of the young guys that's been there the longest in the team, given he's 24 right now. Highest overall, so I think it's fitting that he has the C. He's really our best player overall at the moment. And Thomas Chabot, captain of the Ottawa Senators. So here we go, guys, going into year number 2. So we are 5-2-0 after the preseason. Tim Stützle there, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points in 7 games. He's about to just go crazy and tear the league apart. I'm sure about it in the near future. Hopefully it works out for him. In the past episode, the Edmonton Oilers did win the Stanley Cup, so Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are Stanley Cup champions. So we are at the trade deadline. The team is playing very well. We're 34, 23, and 4. And in December, we had a big winning streak as well. where he won 8 in a row in late December to end off 2021, going into 2022. Let's take a look at the players real quick as well. So we are actually third in the division, not far behind Sabres and Lightning. Stützle, they're over a point per game with 26 goals already. That is amazing to see. Connor Grant already has 30 goals and 46 points, and he grew to an 85 overall as a rookie. All right, I guess this guy needs to go up the lineup. Jaden Shorts there might lose his spot to Chuck, 52 points. Shabbat, 46 points as a defenseman. And in goal, 31, 17, and 3 with 4 shutouts. Murray is doing fantastic. Gustafson is struggling a bit. Hopefully he picks it up. But wow, I mean, Connor Grant being a second overall pick, I knew he was going to be good, but I wasn't expecting him to be that good. I'm not sure. Should I put him on the first line? Second line 4 he's listed as. So I don't really want to break up the growth too much in like pushing him too fast. But let's see. All right, if I put Brown there, I get a +1. But at the same time, I do want Batterson to grow. Norris there, 83. So we're going to put Grant on second line there with Norris and Batterson. Hopefully works out for him, that he keeps producing like that. Because, I mean, already... I'm actually going to put him on the first power play unit as well. It does give a +3. So, wow, Connor Grant, I mean, already 30 goals just at the trade deadline. That is awesome. It's going to go into the trade deadline. I'll put it as conservative buyer. I'm not sure if I'm going to make any moves, but I'll see what's available here. Now, I am going to try to make a trade with the Edmonton Oilers to get Darnell Nurse. So, an improvement on Zaitsev. Zaitsev's 82 overall at 30 years old. 3 years left at 4.8. Darnell Nurse here, 27 years old, 86 overall. So, 27.86 versus 30.82. I mean, he's 4 overalls higher, a couple years younger. His contract is ending after this year, but we can definitely just re-sign him, giving him Isaac Bellabo, who's a prospect, pretty low rated there, 59 overall, and a second. So hopefully that's going to go through for Darnell Nurse. It is. Okay, so Darnell Nurse is an addition for our defensive core. I think he's going to be a big improvement on Zaitsev. So I'm probably going to move Nurse to the second pairing along with Ty Smith, move Larson down. I'm going to have to take a look at that as well. So as for the forwards, really nothing much I have to do. I really like the forward core the way it is right now. So I think just boosting our defense a bit with Darnell Nurse, go down the stretch end of the year, was the only big move that I really needed to make. I don't want to make too many moves as well. Now, that is a blockbuster. Oh my goodness. Claude Giroux, Josh Manson, Bobby Ryan, and Justin Braun to the Rangers for a first, a prospect, and a second. Claude Giroux leaving Philly to go to New York. That I didn't expect that at all. See what other big trades were made there. Let's see. Lindholm, Delorier, Boston for Steen. Pollock goes to Colorado. See if there's any big blockbusters. Max Domi for a second, and Hunter Skinner. So Max Domi goes to the Devils. Semyon Varlamov goes to Carolina. Shiri there. Let's see. Nick Leddy, he goes to the Penguins. The Panthers get Ryan Murray, Scott Mayfield. There's a big trade with Claude Giroux. There's our trade with Darnell Nurse. And that's about it. So I think the Claude Giroux trade was the biggest trade of the trade deadline. Ours was pretty big as well. So I'm going to put Nurse in a second pairing with Smith. It doesn't give any chemistry, but I don't want to move the first pairing, and I want Ty Smith to get top for a minute. So I think this will work just fine like that. And Nurse does actually fit perfectly on our 4. Look at our penalty kill, +3 on both units with Darnell Nurse there. He works perfectly in the second unit for power play. So I think Darnell Nurse, he works out just fine for a team. I'm very happy for that trade. A big improvement on Zaitsev, and it helps on many facets. Even strength, power play, shorthanded. So I just hope that it can be enough to help us down the stretch to simulate the rest of the year, see what position we're in. The year has been completed, guys. We have exactly 100 points. We actually finished with more wins than the Lightning, but they had a couple more OT losses. Look at that, 116 for Washington, so they win the Presidents. But that is amazing, guys. 47, 29, and 6, 100 points in season number 2 for the Ottawa Senators. So the growth in development is going amazing. Tim Stützle with 93 points, 37 goals. His rating is going to skyrocket. Connor Brown with 72 points, 27 goals. Brady to Chuck with 72. White with 71. 45 goals and 66 points for Corey Grant. I mean, that is incredible. I'm so glad we got second overall pick. 61 for Shabbat plus 11. Norris at 24. Byerson with 37. I want to take a look at Darnell Nurse as well. How good he did since joining our team. Like 11 points, 20 games, and was 0. So definitely solid. I will not complain. Batterson, 26 points and a plus 10 in his first season with the team as well. And in goal, Murray, 40, 21, and 4 with 4 shutouts, 901 and a 301. So like the goals against average to be a bit better, but 40 wins from Matt Murray, I'll definitely take it. See if the HL team, 99 points, so they did fantastic as well. All right, so we're facing the Buffalo Sabres in round number 1. And take a look quickly at their roster before we head off to the game. So Hall, Eichel, and Reinhart, Olsen, Cousins, and Thompson, Middlestad, Skinner, Pozor, Gergesons, Eakin, Lazar. So pretty much the same as in real life. Dali and Ristolainen, Hamnick, Yoki Haru, Miller, and Irwin. And in net, they have Ukko, Pekka, Lukanen, and Dustin Tokarski. So pretty similar to real life roster. It's definitely going to be a tough matchup against Hall, Eichel, Dahlin, and Ukko Pekka Lekanen. Hopefully we can get the win here in our first playoff series of this franchise mode. Going to simulate a few games. So OT win in game number 1 and a 6-1 win in game number 2. There you go. 6-1 win again in game number 3. Wow, so we scored 18 goals in 3 games. 6 goals in 3 games in a row. Game number 4, can we get this sweep? Yes, we can. Wow. We outscored Buffalo 20-7 in a sweep in round number 1. Colin White, 10 points in 4 games. All right, so the team is on fire. We just got to keep rolling, keep that momentum going into round number 2. So we're facing in round number 2 the Tampa Bay Lightning. That is going to be a difficult task. One of the best teams in the league. So let's take a look at the Tampa Bay Lightning roster here. Killorn, Stamkos, Kucherov, Palat, Point, Gord, Sorelli, Johnson, Radish, Hosang, Raffle, Maroon. And in defense, Hedman, 92 overall, Sergachev, McDonough, Foot, Kulikov, Ruda. And in goal, of course, Andrei Vasilevsky. They do have James Reimer as backup. So similar to Buffalo, very close to the real-life roster. Not many major changes. So here we go. It's a big test here. Ottawa versus Tampa. Going to simulate the first 2 games against the Lightning. A 3-2 and a 4-3 OT loss. So back-to-back OT losses here. Game number 3, 4-3 OT win. So back-to-back games in overtime. Can we tie it up here against the Lightning? 5-3. Okay, so we actually tie up the series at 2 apiece. So here we go against the Lightning. 4-1 win, so we're up 3-2. Can we end it off here in game number 6 in Ottawa? No, we're actually going to game number 7. I'm going to slow sim this one because it is game number 7. Round number 2, season on the line after 1 period. 1-0. Tim Stützle on Andrei Vasilevsky. There you go. Big start to the period. After 2, it is 2-2. Zub gets 1 for us, but Hosang and Palat for them. Going to the third period, 24-22 to shots. They have a power play, 5-on-3, and we kill it off. That's big momentum for the boys. Come on, we just need 1. And Tanner Pearson, there you go, on the 4th line, gets a huge goal for the Ottawa Senators. Only 2 minutes to go, and Ottawa has won round number 2 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're actually going to the conference finals in year number 2. 15 points for the kid. That's amazing there. Let's see who we're facing in the conference final. And it's Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. 56 wins. If I remember correctly, I believe it was them that had the President's Trophy for this year. So that's going to be a huge challenge. Ovi, 93 overall. Kuznetsov, Daniel Sprong, Vrana, Backstrom, Wilson, Hathaway, Coleman, Oshie, Dodd, Eller, Hagelin, and defense. We have Orlov, John Colson, 92, Schultz, Dillon, Kempney, Montour, and in goal, Ilya Samsonov, 86 overall. This is going to be our biggest test. If we can get past Washington, it's going to be either Colorado or Anaheim. That is very surprising to see Anaheim there. I mean, Colorado drafted Aatu Ratu first overall, and I'm sure he made the team. So we're going to simulate a couple games at a time here against the Capitals, and we win both games in Washington, outscoring them 9-1. Wow, so we're going back to Ottawa at the Canadian Tire Center. Game number 3, 4-3 OT loss. Okay, going to game number 4, 4-1 loss. So both teams won the games away. That trend continues. We have the advantage because they have home ice. Here we go. Game number 5 in Washington. 6-2 win. There you go. So seems that we're playing better away. Game number 6. If we win, we're off to the Stanley Cup Finals. And a 4-3 win. Let's go. We're off to Colorado. We actually have home ice advantage for this series against the Colorado Avalanche. Stutzla already with 24 points in 17 games, 11 goals. He's just going crazy. All right, so let's see the lines of the Colorado Avalanche here. Probably going to be stacked as they always are. So Landeskog, McKinnon, Rantanen. That's the big line they have. Although they don't have as much depth as us. Nick Shushkin, Kadri, Burakovsky, Donskoy, Yost, Comfort, Nosek, Bowers, Aston Reese. It looks like Aatu Ratu did not make the team. Gerard Pollock, Makar on the second pairing with Byram. Colorado, what are you doing? Put this man right there. Number 1. Kyle Makar is one of the best defensemen in the league. Don't disrespect him like that. Grace and Johnson in goal. Peter Mrazek and Pavel Francouz. So they got Mrazek there in net. All right, so I mean, their offense is obviously stacked. Defense is very solid as well. Pretty good goaltending. So overall, a fantastic team. All right, I'm going to simulate this game by game because it is the Stanley Cup Finals. Here we are in Ottawa, Stanley Cup Finals, game number 1 after 1-0 for them. And it is Gabe Landeskog in the first line. After 2-1, we take the lead. Connor Braun and our captain, Thomas Chabot, after a 3-4-1 win. Foreman Tim and Norris. There you go. So a big 4-1 win for game number 1. Okay, here we go. Game number 2 in Ottawa before we head off to Colorado. I would love to win both games at home. After 1-0 for them. Once again, they take the lead early. Can we respond? We can, just like game number 1. And it's Norris and Thomas Chabot for back-to-back games gets a tying goal there. That is clutch for him. After 3-2, we get the win. Eric Brandstrom on the back end, and we lead the Colorado Avalanche 2-0 in the Stanley Cup Finals. Here we are in game number 3 in Colorado at the Ball Arena, but I just remember it as a Pepsi Center. After 1-0-0, after 2, they're out shooting us 10-3. Come on, boys, shoot the puck. After 2, 1-1. Connor Brown gets 1. And Mikko Rantanen. Gonna simulate the third period slowly here because it's getting to the definitely stressful parts of this series here. Game number 3. If we can get 1 goal, we could have a 3-0 stranglehold on this series, guys. This is what you work for all year. 1 shot is all we need, and we're actually going into overtime in the Stanley Cup Finals in game number 3. So looking at our stats, we have 91 offense, 92 defense, and 83 goaltending. That is awesome to see. Colorado, 91 offense, 91 defense. So they have us on the defense. We have similar offense and goaltending there. So we're going to jump into the game, computer versus computer. This is going to be awesome. All right, Stutzla versus McKinnon. Here we go. Overtime in Colorado. Game number 3. A 3-0 series lead on the line for Ottawa. And they barely miss a goal right there. And Formenton steals the puck. Formenton has a breakaway in overtime. And he's stopped by Mrazek. He made a couple of nice pad stops in OT so far. All right, Brady Tkachuk has the puck, carrying it down the wing. Come on, gets over to Stutzla, and he scores! Tim Stutzla, Timmy Superstar. Oh my goodness, he wins the game in overtime for the Ottawa Senators, and we have a 3-0 series lead in the Stanley Cup Finals. The biggest goal of his extremely young career. Tim Stutzla wins it on a pass from Brady Tkachuk. Top cheese where grandma hides the cookies. You absolutely love to see it. What a shot right there. That was a thing of beauty. All right, boys, this is it. Game number 4 in Colorado. We have a chance to win the Stanley Cup. We're 15-5. Here we go. Period number 1. It is 1-1. McKinnon and Drake Batherson after two. Wow. Batherson was a short-handed goal. McKinnon was a power play goal. After 2-1, we have the lead. Drake Batherson with his second goal of the game. Here we go. The last period. And Corey Grant, our rookie, he gets a big goal, puts us up 3-1 with only 10 minutes to go now in the third period. Gonna simulate a few more minutes here. Oh, McKinnon scores. He makes it interesting. So I'm gonna stop it right here with 3 minutes 30 seconds to go. We're gonna jump into the game. Computer versus computer. They're out shooting us as well. Wow, here we go. Open net. Come on, boys. Just put it in the net. Brown over to Tkachuk. Oh, and he gets tripped. That is a huge trip penalty right there for Colorado. We have a 2-minute man advantage with only 32 seconds to go. We got Tkachuk, Stützle, White. Here we go. 32 seconds to go. We've got a man advantage. Stanley Cup on the line. Don't let Colorado get anywhere close to Matt Murray. They're just going to dump it down the ice. All right, Tkachuk brings the puck up, passes it over to White. He gets absolutely destroyed against the boards. 15 seconds. The Ottawa Senators fans have been waiting forever for this moment. 10 seconds to go. And it looks like it's going to be it. In year number 2. The Ottawa Senators have won the Stanley Cup. Wow, I mean, this team grew so fast together. The young guys just went crazy. They developed so well. The chemistry was working. And in only a second season, Ottawa has a Stanley Cup. And hopefully more to come in the future. Look at the guys. Those beautiful new uniforms with their classic logo they brought back. I'm so happy they brought back that logo. I love it. Look at Stützle in the middle of all of it. Matt Murray. I mean, the whole team as a whole was just a collective effort. Everybody pinched in to beat teams like the Lightning and the Avalanche, the Capitals in Buffalo. I mean, that just shows the persistence of that team. Here's the handshake line, and I'm looking forward to see who is going to have the Conn Smythe. There's Stützle there. Not a bad game face. Matt Murray. Johnson. Looks like that is Darnell Nurse, who was a huge acquisition at the trade deadline. He helped us out a lot at the back end, so I'm happy we traded for him. The acquisitions remain free agency as well. And it looks like it is Tim Stützle, the OT hero in the previous game, and he has the Conn Smythe trophy. I mean, it's pretty incredible to sweep the Colorado Avalanche in year number 2 in the Stanley Cup Finals. That was a special playoff run, a special team. Very happy the way it turned out, obviously. And we're going to have Thomas Chabot go to center ice and get that Stanley Cup. And there he is, the captain, our defenseman, our star player, Thomas Chabot. You'll love to see it. Ottawa Senators fans, I'm sure this is going to make you guys happy. Stanley Cup champions. And who's Chabot going to give it to first? Number 14, I believe that is. Is that Pearson? No, it is Philippe Chlapik. All right, so Chlapik gets the cup second. Now he's either going to give it to another player or to the goaltender. I'm not sure who's next. And it is Brady Tkachuk. There you go. So the first of the two brothers to win the Stanley Cup. Brady Tkachuk. Lift that thing over your head. He's going to take it for a skate. You'll love to see it. And he's going to give it to Matt Murray. There you go. 84 overall. And I'm really happy that Matt Murray got himself another Stanley Cup. He won with Pittsburgh. He won again in Ottawa. There's the team picture. That is a beautiful sight to see.
so pumped even though he'd won 4 other ones with the Islanders.
All right, so third star, Matt Murray, he made 31 saves in the decisive game. That is awesome to see. I'm going to see who are the other stars. Drake Batherson, he had a couple of goals, so he had our 2 first goals of the game. And Nathan McKinnon actually gets first star, 2 goals and 1 hit. What an incredible cup run. We sweep the Buffalo Sabres. We beat the Lightning in 7. We beat the Capitals in 6, and we sweep the Colorado Avalanche in the Stanley Cup Finals, 16-5, 12 goals, 28 points for Tim right there. You love to see it. Take a look at the playoff tree here. So Colorado won in 5 against Anaheim, in 7 against the Blackhawks, and in 6 against Nashville. Taking a look now at all the stats for the playoffs. So shoots at 28 points, 12 goals, 23 points for Tkachuk. Wow, that is fantastic to see. Darnell Nurse, 11 points and a +5, so big trade deadline acquisitions. Matt Murray, 15-2-3 with 2 shutouts, a 935 save percentage with a 212 goals against. Matt Murray played like a Vezina winning goaltender in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He was absolutely amazing. Calgary won the draft lottery going from 7-1. Taking a look quickly at the retired players. So Joe Thornton hangs him up at 42 years old. Patrick Marleau as well. 1,800 games played for Thornton, 1,888 for Marleau, 1,600 points for Joe Thornton. Incredible career for both of those guys. Spezza just nearly missed 1,000 points there. And in goal, McElhinney, Johnson, Peters, and a few others calls it a career. Spezza and Thornton are actually both coaches now. Zajac and Marleau are scouts. And Tim Stützle went actually up in rating to an 87 overall. So already going up, and I'm sure he's probably going to go up even higher in the regular season. So when I take a look at the points for the whole year, Malkin, 52 goals, 115 points. Crosby, 115 as well. So that big duo for the Penguins is still amazing. Kane with 44 goals, Backstrom with 98, Getzel as well, Marner with 96, Stützle, they're on the first page. Malkin and Ovechkin, both of them with 52 goals, but I mean 115 for Gino, that's incredible for him. Grant, 45 goals, he was 4th in the NHL scoring, technically 3rd as a rookie. As for defenseman John Carlson, 76 points. Shabbat there was 5th in defensive scoring, well, technically the 3rd most points. Goaltending, Samsonov, Murray, Lankinen. So Matt Murray, 2nd in wins in the NHL. That is awesome to see. So that's great. As for rookie skaters, see, it doesn't even show all their rookies. This is a weird glitch. Because obviously Grant was a rookie, should have shown him there. Let's see if he won the Calder. So individual was Art Ross McKinnon as well as the Hart. Norris to John Carlson, Lady Bing to Kane. Calder goes to Grant. There you go, Corey Grant, Calder Trophy and Stanley Cup in his rookie year. Not bad at all. Conn Smythe, Tim Stützle, Vezina to UC Soros as well as William M. Jennings. Kings win the Bell Masterton, McDermott. Coyotes coach with the Jack Adams. Selke with Ryan O'Reilly again. Ten Lindsay to Malkin and then Maurice Richard to Malkin and Ovi. So Evgeny Malkin with 4 awards. Have yourself a year. I want to see if Corey Grant went up in rating at all. 86 overall at 19 years old. I'm going to do the NHL entry draft in the re-sign phase next. I'm actually going to do it in another part. It's going to be the same episode. I'm just going to take a bit of a break recording because I recorded 2 episodes today and they're quite long episodes and got some hockey games on TV shortly. So I'm going to record a second part probably tomorrow, but it's going to be in the same episode right now. Now going into the NHL entry draft, let's see what the draft class looks like here. So we actually have a franchise player, Vladimir Gogolev, out of Russia, left winger, and it looks like he had 22 points in 54 games. There's a left winger, similar to Mario Lemieux, NHL ready. Yep, he's going to be a special player for sure. We actually have a gem at 18 and a gem at 131 there. Guaranteed medium elite. We're definitely going to be having a late pick, of course, winning Stanley Cup. We have pick number 31. So I'm just going to go ahead and look at the top 5. So franchise 82 overall left wing sniper there for the Calgary Flames. Edmonton gets 79 overall medium elite defenseman. 76 medium elite defenseman to the Sharks. Then there's the rest of the picks. Brad Lambert goes to King. Shane Wright to the Detroit Red Wings. And then Matthew Savoy, Gaucher Lidstrom. Looking at the rest of the guys. Medium elite defenseman number 13 goes to the Canucks. And we have number 31. So, of course, I had pinned the guy that's supposed to go later in the draft. But let's see, either 133 or 53. Probably going to take this guy as our next pick. Hopefully he's still available. So I'm actually going to take Jacob Artukin. And just want to make sure that he's still... I just want to avoid having him taken in the draft in the next round. Only 18 years old, goaltender, similar to Corey Crawford, 5 years away, but could be medium elite. We're going to take Ryder Russell as a later pick, so hopefully this guy is a good pick. So the Ottawa Senators is the first round pick, are selecting out of Russia, Jacob Artukin. And we're going to have to go back every round because, of course, we have won the Stanley Cups. You have the last pick, 59 medium starters. So would have hoped to have been a better pick, but it's not too bad. And then we have some medium toxic defensemen here available. Now, our scouts seem to like this player, Jorgen Gundersen out of the SHL. He's a left winger, similar to Zach Parise, 3 years away at 18. It's going to take him, hopefully he's a top 6 forward, and he is a medium top 9, 62 overall. I'm actually going to go off the board a bit. I'm going to try to get one of these defensemen. I'm going to try to get Jeremy Langlois out of QMJHL. 50% could be elite. I'm going to have to go back here in round number 2, and he is 55 medium top 6. Now, as our third round pick, I will take the player that I pinned earlier. Just want to make sure that he's available. Guaranteed medium elite goaltender, Ryder Russell there. 5 years away. Had some pretty good numbers, but in only 4 games, going to take him out of the Extra Liga. So if it doesn't pan out, could be a trade piece. 50 overall medium elite. Now, as our next pick, I will take Christopher Sedov. Could be medium elite. So a lot of these guys are just hope for the best. They could be medium elite. A lot of them are 50% accurate. 57 medium top 6. So definitely not a strong draft, but you need to expect that after you win the Stanley Cup. Now, for our next picks, I'm just going to go ahead and take some of these guys who could be elite. Hope for the best. So Clint DeVoe, SHL, right winger. Going to have to go all the way back to the right. Hopefully that's fixed for next year. It's a bit annoying to do so, but low top 6, 58 overall. Not a great pick. We only have 2 more picks. Just going to go ahead and take these guys. It could be elite. Looks like our scouts like this guy and this defenseman. So we're going to take these 2 defensemen here to finish it off. Hopefully one of them is a good pick. So 55-7D. We have another pick right now. So... not a best draft, but hopefully one of these guys can just develop. Take a center, Viktor Nestorov, could be a medium bottom 6, and he is medium bottom 6, 51 overall. Now, it's our final pick, I believe. Now, we have a pick in 7th round right here. It's going to take, again, hope for the best. Take somebody that could be potentially elite. Let's take this defenseman, Michael Martinson, because our scouts recommend him. Hopefully they're right. 52-7D. All right. And then last pick of the draft, 217 overall. Just hope that Harold Ripien is a good pick. Medium, bottom 6, 49 overall. Now, as for the re-sign phase, you can see Shabbat up to a 91, Schutz up to an 87. We have a lot of growth with our team. Grant up to an 86 already. Brown, White, 86. Norris, 85. So a lot of growth. 84 for Brandstrom. Look at that. I mean, our team is going to be really nice. We can get the key players re-signed. So first, I'm just going to go in and qualify the centers here. We have 32 million of cap space. We do have a lot of money to work with. Hopefully, we can use that in free agency as well. Now, we'll let Nick Paul go. He wants a one-way deal. 79 overall at 27. Wants 2.2 million. I'm definitely going to let him go. Could have a player basically for free as an AHL player. 79 overall to replace him. Now, Josh Norris, 85 overall at 23, wants 4.1 for 1 year. If I bring it up to 4 or 5 years, he really doesn't want a lot more. I'm going to probably just give him 5 years. until he's 28 at $5 million. I think that'd be a very good contract because he could be good for us for many years. He's already 85, only 23 years old. I think $5 million would be a very fair deal. Hopefully he takes that. And as for Logan Brown, wants 2.250 for 3 years. If I give him $2 million for 3 years, maybe I'm gonna give him for $2 million for 2. See how he performs. Shapik there, he wants 1.75. Going to try giving 1.25 for 2 years. I think there was a really good cheap deals for us. As for left wingers, you have Tkachuk, of course, granted his entry level deal, and Schwartz and Tanner Pearson. We bring him back 3.4 for 3 years. 83 overall, so definitely not bad. I'm going to see how the other guys, if they want to re-sign first. Our right wingers are already signed, Brown and White, and then we might have to play somebody from the left side on the right or play at a right wing in free agencies. We only have 2 NHL right wingers. We could play Batterson on the right wing, so I guess that's an option as well. Now looking at defense, Chabot, 91 overall at 25. He's locked up. We're going to have to re-sign Branstrom. I'm going to qualify him for now. Darnell Nurse, he wants 6.5 for 4 years. Definitely a pretty reasonable contract. I would like to bring him back as well as Branstrom. Branstrom would like to sign him on a big contract. 4.8 for 3 years. If I put it up a bit, let's see, 8 years until he's 30. I mean, he's going to be amazing for us. If I give him $6 million for 8 years until he's 30 years old, imagine if he grows into high 80s or even like a 90 overall for $6 million. That is an absolute steal until he's 30 years old. Because, I mean, 84 overall made him elite at only 22, playing with Chabot. He's definitely going to grow like crazy. I think that it's worth it to give him a huge deal like that. Norris, I'm going to just give him maybe 3 years until he's at $36 million. Again, we do have a lot of cap space to play with. As for goaltending, we are already set. We got Murray, Gustafson, and we got our AHL guys. So we're all, don't have to worry about any goaltending contracts now. Now, we'll probably just let Sogard go because we have Descartes and Alnefeld. Alnefeld is the same age as Sogard, but he's 3 overalls higher. Of course, we got him in a trade. I believe it was for Kulikov, which we flipped as part of the Ty Smith deal, if I remember correctly. So we're going to let Sogard go. We already got 4 solid goaltenders as it is right now. Simulate a day, see who signs. So, unfortunately, Darnell Nurse does reject, wants to test free agency. Norris is going to reject as well. Brown's going to re-sign. That's good. Let's see who else. These guys have been tender qualifying offers. I really want to sign Branstrom long term. What if I give him 8 years at 6.4? It's exactly what he wants, even 100K more. Can I give him 6.5 for 8 years? Let's see if he's going to take that. As for Josh Norris, I mean, he wants 1 year to prove himself. I mean, I can always give him that. Expiry status, RFA, so he would still be an RFA after this year. So just going to go ahead and give him that $4 million that he wants. Hopefully that lets him stay with the team. Tanner Pearson, let's see what our forward group looks like. So as of right now, as our centers, we got Sutsala, Norris, Patterson, Brown, Shapik. Those are 5 guys. And then on the right side, we've got Brown, White, so 7. And the left side got Chuck, Brent, Schwartz, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we could re-sign Pearson. He would be on the 4th line, though. He does not want an extension, 3.4. I think I'm going to say no to Pearson because if I can give some ice time to one of these guys, for example, Formanton, 79 overall at 22, listed as a depth forward. I think that Formanton could have that 4th line spot. So I will let go Tanner Pearson, go in free agency. He did help us out as a depth forward in the past season there. So as for defense, we really only have to worry about Zub and Nurse. Hopefully Branstrom will accept this deal. So Josh Norris does sign 1 year, about $4 million. And Branstrom signs. There you go. We got Eric Branstrom signed for 8 years. That's huge. Unfortunately, Darnell Nurse does not want an extension, and he already refused the contract. So I think we're going to let him go into free agency. We're going to see what other good options we can take for defensemen. We have Larson and Smith, Chabot and Branstrom. probably going to have Zoom. So we really only need one defenseman in free agency. So I'm going to give Zoom 1.775 for 2 years. Pretty cheap deal. He can be a bottom pairing defenseman for us. So we're pretty much all set in terms of our forwards. Just got to worry about our defenseman there situation. Maybe get a couple of depth forwards as well. All right, so Artem Zub has accepted his offer. So we just have Darnell Nurse there left. I think I'm just going to let Darnell Nurse walk in free agency and see either we revisit him in free agency or we look at another option. Maybe he's going to want less money. So we definitely thank him for his service. He was big in our run for the Stanley Cup. But I'm going to see what else is available in free agency. And I think we're all set to go in free agency right now and hopefully get some big fish. Hopefully there are some elite players in there. Now, in terms of what we need in free agency, so we have Tkachuk and Stützle on the first line, power forward, and a playmaker. I would really like to get a sniper, although we do have Jaden Schwartz. He could play first line or even Grant. If we could have a line of Grant, Tkachuk, and Stützle, that would actually be crazy. But I think a sniper and a power forward is what we need. So we need two wingers. We have a playmaker. We have a sniper. We have a power forward. So I think I'm looking at the chemistry of our team, what would work best. So let's see what's available here in terms of free agency. So we have a couple of stud defensemen, Klingberg, Schultz, Philip Forsberg there in free agency, Kadri, Letang. Capo Caco is definitely going to be an RFA. We have Sean Couturier, Darnell Nurse there, so a lot of big options available. All right, so here's what I'm going to try to do. I will try to get Claude Giroux here. So Claude Giroux, he is a playmaker. As guys can see, fantastic stats all around. An amazing player. Fits on line 2 pretty well. So I like to play around with my top 6. So I have Tkachuk, Stützle, who is a power forward and a playmaker. Looking to get a sniper on the first line, either Grant or Schwartz. And then we have Norris as a two-way on the second line center. I can move Norris in Grant or Schwartz's spot. So we have one sniper in the second line with a playmaker and get a power forward. So I'm looking to get Giroux and Greenway, who's a power forward, listed as playing would fit well in our 4 line 3. I'm sure he would fit well in our line 2. He's huge. Physical is amazing. Decent hands, and his shot is very good. 91-90 power, 84 speed. So I think he'd be a perfect fit. So I'm going to try to get both of those guys. We still have about $6 million left, and I see there was still some pretty good options for defense. So I'm going to give him a bit more just to try to entice him to go to Ottawa, a champion team. So $7 million for 1 year for Claude Giroux. Now, I did notice Jordan Greenway, unfortunately, is actually an RFA, so that sucks. We're going to have to look at another option. I don't really want to give away my picks. I thought that he could be a good fit for us, but again, with the draft picks we have to give, I don't think it'd be worth it. Now, Nicholas Jarmelson here, in terms of defenseman, has extremely good defensive stats. His shot is not great, but 90 poise. And he would actually fit perfectly on defensive pairing 3, all power play lines and all penalty kill lines. So I think Johnson at $4.7 million for 1 year would be a very good shutdown defenseman to have on our bottom pairing, a veteran presence. I think that's what we need with those young defensemen. So hopefully Giroux accepts. I'm actually just going to go ahead and simulate a few days. I gave contracts some AHL guys as well, some two-way deals. So if Giroux can join the team, that would be a huge addition. An all-star, so Emil Benstrom will come with the team. Those are our two-way guys, Arturi Lehkonen. Jarmelson accepts, and hopefully Giroux accepts as well. There you go, Claude Giroux. Welcome to the Ottawa Senators. I do believe he's from Ontario as well, so it's like coming home for him. I'm sure he's happy about that. I think we found our guy here. Nick Richie is a decent option. Had 46 points 2 years ago, 9 points in only 21 games last year. So you take a look at him, he's 82 overall, but he fits perfectly on forward line 2 and all power play lines as well as all penalty killing lines. So it looks like our coach really would like him. He has pretty good physical stats, as you guys can see, 6'2", 230, 86 poise. I think I'm going to give Nick Richie a shot. He's pretty cheap, $3.3 million. With a power forward, being a power forward he could definitely, hopefully work out well with the chemistry. If not, we could trade it, but only $3.3 million. I think that is a very low risk, high reward situation. So, yep, Nick Richie comes to Ottawa, a big guy, and that'll help out our team with the fast young forwards we have up front. All right, so at first look with the Lions, guys, we have a lot of green, so I'm going to have to play around with it. I do have to chuck on the first line right wing because it does give a +3, and I really want that +3 to stay, and I tried a lot of different combinations. To be honest, I'm pretty sure like Tkachuk is the only guy. There's Nick Richie actually gives a +3 as well. All right, so I mean, we could play Tkachuk on his off wing, or we play Tkachuk on line number 2, move up Richie. But I really like this line of Brady Tkachuk, Tim Stützle, and Corey Grant, who's now an 87 overall. So basically this line is playing like 2 90s and a 91 overall. Really like that line. If it works out, I'll keep it. I will try it out. If it doesn't work out, I may put Tkachuk down on the second line, move up Richie. It does give the +3 as well. But I would like that young core line. Claude Giroux in the second line with Jaden Schwartz and Colin White. Yeah, +3, playing like an 89, 91, and 88 overall. +3 on line number 3 as well. Norris playing like an 88, Brown like an 89, Richie like an 85. And then on fourth line, we have Logan Brown, Kapakta, and Batterson. Fourth line playing like an 84, 85, and 83. That is absolutely nuts. And the fact that we have an 81, 80, and 79 scratch right now. I mean, I don't know if I've ever had this deep a team. If you look at a depth of the overalls for the forward. Defense, we don't have as much great chemistry, but the overalls are there. 91 overall, Shabbat, high elite at 25, playing with Eric Brandstrom. Again, locked up 8 years, like $6.5 million for an 84 overall medium elite defenseman at 23. I think that's a steal of a contract. So he's playing like an 85, Shabbat like a 92. Ty Smith up to an 84 overall. I believe it was 78 or 79 when he got him from New Jersey. So he grew by 5 or 6 overall already. Only 22 years old. He's on contract for 1 more year in his entry-level deal, playing with Larson, so they're playing like an 84 and an 85. Then Johnson and Artem Zub as the bottom pairing. Now, goaltending is interesting because Gustafsson went up to an 82 overall. He's still listed as a backup goalie with starter potential. This is most likely Matt Murray's last year in Ottawa because they would really like Gustafsson to be our starter because they're only 1 overall difference and 4-year difference. So, I'm not sure if I'll keep Murray after this year. We'll see if he plays like he did in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We may have no choice to keep him, but he will only have 1 more year after this one. And then we have some good goaltending in the pipeline as well, like Alnefeld, 78 overall at 21. If we could have Alnefeld and Gustafsson as our 2 goalies in the NHL next year, only 24 and 21 years old already. Right now, that would be great. So I'm going to play around with the special teams in the AHL team roster, and we'll definitely have that all set up for next episode. Now, in terms of captaincy, Thomas Chabot with the C, Chabot and Stützle with the A. So that's our leadership group, all young guys, and I'm extremely excited for the future in Ottawa. Our young core is developing so good, coming off a Stanley Cup win, looking to have similar success. Hopefully we can repeat in year number 3. So that's going to do it for year number 2. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like. I would appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new as well. Hit that notification bell to get notified whenever a new episode is live. Going to be 1 to 2 episodes a week, depending on my schedule. But I'm going to try to get at least 1 episode a week, sometimes 2. I would aim to have this as 10 seasons, maybe 15. So coming off a championship in year number 2. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, have a great day.